to my channel. This is Jingai's Kitchen and More. So for today's video, we will be making kare kare. Okay, it is a peanut butter soup based dish, and for the ingredients, we would need some garlic, onions, the oxtail, which is your meat. Some can be just regular beef chunks. Some use pork. Some people it can also be a seafood dish too. Okay, so and then we for our veggies we have our eggplants. I usually put it in water first, so then that way they don't turn brown. Okay, before I cook them. And then we'll be using some salt and peanut butter, and then the MagicSarap and asuete, which is a food coloring, and it also adds taste to it too. Some, instead of salt at the end, you can directly put your bagoong alamang, which is the red kind. Okay, so but I'll talk more about it later. Alright, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Alright, let's get going. So what we need to do first is put some water in your pot, and we boil our oxtail. So I just put them there, and I don't put much yet because I will throw that first boil of that water, and we will change the water later after it boils, and then that's when the actual cooking starts. So we need to pre-boil our oxtail using just plain water and then just the oxtail. This would probably take about 10 minutes just to take out, they call it the first, I throw away the first boil of the stock that I will be making. So just to take out the dirt from the meat in itself, and the blood also from the meat, and it takes out what they call the lansa of the meat. So then that way the dish that you will be making will be good. See, this is how it looks like 10 minutes into boiling, and we don't want any of that on our dish. So we're just gonna let it boil a little bit more and throw away that water and rinse our meat, and then put it back on the pot with a whole new hot water, okay? So what I will do is throw away this first boil, okay, and rinse my meat, and then put it back on the pot, and we'll add new water. So we rinse our meat, we're going to put it back on the pot, and then we're going to add boiling water. Okay, so so then that way the cooking process still doesn't stop. And again, this is already hot water, so then it just continues to boil. Again, the reason why I do that is because it takes away the fishy smell of the meat, or what they call the lansa or lanam in Kapampangan. And then what we'll do is I'm going to season this right now with some salt, and we need about maybe 1 tablespoon of salt, okay? And then we will also put some onions, and we will let it boil until the I'm only gonna put half of my onions because the garlic and onions we will use for later when we saute the dish. So we're just going to let the meat soften up, and until it when it's tender, then we will saute it with with the garlic and onions and the remaining of the dish. I mean, remaining of the ingredients. So this would take about an hour and a half per se, or maybe 2 hours. So you might need to keep adding water until your meat is tender too. So while we're waiting for our meat to get tender, I am boiling some water, so I can cook the veggies on a separate pot. I like to cook them separately so they don't get mushy either, and then we just put it on top at the end. So I season my water with some salt, and then I also put oil in there too. Not much, so just a little. And then I would put the eggplant. So we just let them boil, and when they're tender, we'll take them out from the water. Okay, our eggplant should be done. So you just kind of pinch them to see if they're soft already, and which they are, because again, I don't want them to be really soft either, okay? Sometimes when you put this with the peanut sauce already, they don't turn, they kind of stay hard. So that's the reason why I boil them separately. But I'm still gonna use the stock for later. So then that way all the nutrients from this water will still go on our dish. Now we're going to add our Pechay in there, or Bachoy. And same thing, we'll just let that get tender, and we'll separate it. Okay, so these veggies should be done. So same thing, I will separate them, take them out from the water. And then we will set aside the stock from these veggies, and we'll use it in a minute. Okay. Okay, so our meat is tender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ready the sauce. Okay, so on a separate pan, we're gonna put some oil, garlic, onions, asuete, and our peanut butter. Mix it all up there, and then add the vegetable stock, and then that should make our sauce for our kare kare. So on a medium saucepan, we're going to put our our garlic. Okay, we'll brown that a little. Right, and then we will put our onions. Okay, while that's going, I'm gonna put the asuete. So this is to add color to our kare kare. So I would say half packet, so which is about maybe maybe a tablespoon would be good. Okay, see that color, that rich color? And then while that's going, I'm gonna put it on low. Then we would need to add our peanut butter. So I would say about a cup and a half is what I like, basically. Okay. So, alright. Sometimes you can add more when you, if you want it to be really rich. So, just stir it like that, and then it will get thick really fast. And now we add our vegetable stock. I put about 2 cups in there, but it will get thicker some more, okay? So we just mix it all together until it's thick, and then we would add it on our oxtail. Alright, so this, see how it's getting thicker? So now we put this sauce on our with our meat. So I kind of just move this in there, and then I transfer it here. Okay. It's almost like a 2-part process, but the end result will be really good. So just mix it up together, okay? So if you like your sauce, your kare kare sauce thick, just add more peanut butter. But as this will boil, it will thicken up the sauce, okay? Okay, so you just keep stirring it until it gets pretty thick, okay? This is a good consistency that I like, so it's kind of thick like that, okay? So then we add our MagicSarap, okay? Once we do that, then you can add your veggies. And it should be all done. Okay, we'll put it in a bowl and voila, kare kare. Alright guys, here's the kare kare. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That is Jane Guy's Kitchen and More. And please make a comment on the box below. Let me know what other dishes you would like for me to make. Alright? Happy eating. Thank you. Bye.